Well, a hearty shalom to all of you. Dr. Jeffrey Seif here, and I'm glad you're there. I'm glad you're journeying with me to and through the Bible, and I'm glad you're game to explore the Tree of Life version of the Bible, the work product of the Messianic Jewish community in modernity. Of course, if you look at the New Testament, humanly speaking, that is the work product of the Messianic Jewish community in antiquity. All the first followers of Jesus were Jewish, but the world has long since forgotten. In fact, looking at the good news through the eyes of the Jews has fallen off the map for ages, but here we are doing it our way. Appreciate you going on the journey. This week, we're looking at Terumah. It's the parasha, the reading, called a Sedra elsewhere, a section of text that Jews explore for its theological import. Looking at the story, the children of Israel have made their way out of Egypt toward Israel, and down there at the base of Sinai, they're not only given instructions for how to live, they're given instructions for the manufacture of some worship space. This week's reading is called Parashat Terumah. Terumah is a Hebrew word for gift. And the reason why it's called such is apparent very much at the beginning. Again, we're looking here at instructions for the manufacture of the tabernacle. The word tabernacle comes from the Latin word tabernaculum, which means booths or a tent. It's known as the Mishkan. This is God's portable worship facility. His portable, I call it his Winnebago, his traveling home. There's the manufacture for this tabernacle, the sacred space that's then going to become a temple. At David's behest, Solomon will complete it, and that temple will be destroyed and it'll be rebuilt and developed under Herod, the second temple period, and it'll eventually, that one will be destroyed. But we're looking here at the 25th chapter, and I want you to look at some text with me, please. Adonai, that is the Lord, spoke to Moses, saying, tell Bnei Israel, the children of Israel, to take up an offering for me from anyone whose heart compels him. You are to take my offering. And then there's a description of materials solicited and collected. And these materials then are worked into the manufacture of the tabernacle. Just a few things. First being acknowledgement. When anyone ever hears about offering, people get a little nervous, and I get that because, I think it's a shame. People come to church, and a lot of times they get tapped. It seems it's so much about getting into people's billfolds. I've long said the most dangerous place in the world for a $100 bill is in a woman's church on a Sunday morning. Now, that's rather cynical. The point is that things can be designed to get the money. Well, bills need to be paid. But right off the bat, when God takes an offering for the building of his house, this is to come from people whose heart willingly inclines them to want to participate in making a gift. This isn't the Madison Avenue slick way of finding a way to get into someone's wallet. There's a way to do it, by the way. People get frustrated, faith-based communities make financial appeals. There's nothing wrong with making an appeal. If a minister is not willing to do that, you need to get out of the industry, because at the end of the day, we rely on gifts. But there's a way to tastefully make an appeal, to tell your story. You don't need to give it a lot of time doing it. It's not that the time that you have in toto is spent leading up to the offering. Your energy should be expended to help lead up to people coming to know the Lord. And individuals that are touched by God will then be inclined to reach into their pocketbooks. It's just a natural exchange. People that receive the free gift of God in turn around and be gift givers. It's really a natural consequence. It's a way of saying thank you. Well, here, subsequent to their being extricated from Egypt, and on the way out, they were given a lot of, gold and silver and skins and whatever they wanted to carry. People say, well, those Jews, they just fleeced the Egyptians. Well, the Jews worked there for hundreds of years without getting paid. How about a little bit of overtime and back pay? But when they left, the Egyptians said, here, take, just zygazun, go. So they had stuff. When the offering is taken, it's not women that are desperate, living on Social Security, giving their, they get $600 a month, they're giving $300, hoping for a blessing. Um, these are people that have the gold and the silver, and then the wilderness. What are they going to do with it there? There's an opportunity to give for something great, and they're game to do it, and they're to take up that offering. For me, it's for God, not for the minister, but they do it as an extension of their virtue, of their thankfulness toward God. From everyone whose heart compels him, you were to, take my offering. I jokingly have said in taking an offering, the Lord loves a cheerful giver, but as for me, I'll take one any way I can get one. You don't even have to be cheerful. And I usually get a little snicker out of that. But there is a kind of untruth to that. People who just want to give, they want to do it. God gets utility out of those giftings. That's what makes the world go round. I wrote a book, by the way. My first book I wrote with a famous Messianic Jewish guy. His name was Zola Levitt, called The House That God Built. It's the story of the tabernacle in the wilderness. It's the story of this. Now, I wrote this book many years ago, and you can probably tell if you look at the picture of the back of it. See that guy? That's me. I don't look like that today now, do I? Nah. I remember I'm working on it, and I'm on the airplane, and there's a woman that went with us to Israel, and she had a gift as an artist. Well, what are you doing, Mr. Seifel? I'm kind of working on a manuscript here. What's it about the tabernacle? We started talking about it, and she says, I'm an artist. Is there something you're looking for in the cover? And I told her, this is the cover. The reason why I mention that is there's more gifts than money. It's not just make your checks payable to such and such. People can gift time. They can gift a gift. If someone has a gift of a musician, they can gift that. If someone loves kids, they can work in the child care program. There's more than one way to skin the cat. Now, the truth of the matter is we have mortgages to pay. There's bills to pay, and a financial gift is a financial gift. But all a financial gift is it's your talent. That is to say, if you're really talented as an auto mechanic and you make $30 an hour and you put a $30 check in an offering plate, you've just given 1 hour of your mechanic time. But it's just in the modern world, it translates into that currency and that amount. But the point is you're giving of yourself. It's not just dollars and cents. There's a way that we dollars and cents it today. But if you look here as you go on, these are the contributions which you will receive. Gold, silver, bronze, blue, purple, scarlet cloth, fine linen, goat hair, ram skins dyed red, seal skins, etc. There's a variety of things here. There's different ways to give. Jokingly, I'll take an offering and I'll say, I bet you people think I just want you for your money. That's not true. I want you for other things as well. Why stop with the money? That different people, and we read this in the text, certain people have spiritual gifts as craftsmen, and there's ways they can lend their talent. The name of the game here, and I kind of want to wrap up where I want to go here because I don't have you all day. You're gracious to give me 10 minutes. People are giving talent in order to contribute to carving out some space where people can build a place for God to enter and dwell. They're investing their energies best they can with what they have to carve out some space for him. The Messianic Jewish Family Bible Society, we're game to do that. We want to carve out some space in living rooms. We've created, we believe the Lord has directed in the process to create wonderful text and a wonderful study Bible, what we call the brick, for families to gather together around. The people that gave to the manufacture of the Bible are giving to facilitate the manufacture of some sacred space. Individuals that continue to gift the Messianic Jewish Family Bible Society are gifting us to contribute toward its continuance, toward the ministry's development, to the end that we can produce more Bibles, more art, more material to adorn the gospel of our Lord Thank you for that in advance. What I want you to remember as you close is the Lord loves a cheerful giver. Blessings to you for all you do. And if you haven't discovered what it is to be a cheerful giver, I want you to discover that in this new year. You might be surprised by the power of God's Spirit to see how he doesn't just bless you back 100-fold. Well, Jeffrey Seif here. God bless. It's been swell. I will talk to you later.